Hi everyone, Matt here with ABI Attachments. Welcome back to another episode of the ABI Dirt. This is one of my favorite kind of episodes here in the Dirt. It's a time where we stop, we pause, we freeze, and we answer some of your questions. You know that every single week I said, hey, give us a call, talk to a product specialist, leave some comments online. That's because we like to hear from you. We like to give you information that could potentially make your life easier. So we've got 3 questions today that you all, some of you, 3 of you actually, left online on our socials, and we'd like to tackle them for your benefit. Let's dive in. Question number 1, right out of the gate. Here we go. Will a Gravel Rascal Pro work with a 0-point lawnmower, like a 0-turn, 0 point? Great question. Glad you asked. This is a fun one. It's a little bit of a tricky one. The answer is maybe. Sorry, let me explain. If you look back a couple of videos ago, about a year ago, we dropped a video on how to help tackle hardpan using your ATV or UTV and pulling a tow-behind drag. Gravel Rascal Pro, tow-behind drag, intended to be used behind an ATV, UTV. That's 4-wheeler, side-by-side. Can it be pulled behind a 0-turn lawnmower? Here's the thing. And this is why we asked you to give us a call and talk with our product specialists. 0-turn lawnmowers, the big ones. I'm not talking about the dinky little guys. I'm talking the big 0-turn lawnmowers. They've got the horsepower. They've got the weight. They're typically lacking the traction. Now, does that mean that it's impossible? No, it doesn't mean that it's impossible, but you got to think you've got a couple 100 pounds of drag behind you there on that Gravel Rascal Pro. You've got points of contact, anything from 5 up to 11 points of contact on that Gravel Rascal Pro, and you're digging into hardpan gravel, potentially some roots. What you're going to miss out on is actually traction. Eventually, if you get deep enough, you get into something hard enough, and your back tires are going to spin, or what's more dangerous for you is that those front tires, because there's not a whole lot of weight on the front of that 0-turn lawnmower, you could get those front tires popping off the ground, and that's not really a safe situation. So, in summary there, when we're talking Gravel Rascal Pro, we're looking for a tow vehicle that has weight. You're looking for a tow vehicle that has the right horsepower and also the traction, and that typically means a 4-wheel drive scenario. Am I saying that a really beefy commercial grade 0-turn lawnmower can't handle it? No, it's not going to be your best tow vehicle option there. Side note, take a look at the gravel grader, because the gravel grader was actually designed for lawnmowers in mind. Question number 2, how well would the Mini SR work for cleaning up after tree work? Fantastic question, because there is a lot to be done once the tree is cleared. God forbid a storm knocked a tree down, or maybe you took it down intentionally. Let's say the tree is out of the way. What do you have left over? Could be some brush, could be a pretty good sized hole in the ground where that tree root system was. And you've got all kinds of holes and chunks all over the yard. You're probably going to want to get that back to seedbed. This is the kind of work that the Mini SR was born for, right? So first step, take a look at that finish rake at the front of the tool as you're moving forward. That's kind of your ideal ground engaged component for taking care of big chunks of soil movement. If you're trying to fill in holes, if you've got some soil that's been mounded up, you can level that back up by moving forward with that Mini SR, so you can push soil back into some of your major holes and trenches that have been left by the tree being removed. Then, operating in reverse, you've got those scarifiers, which are your primary kind of decompaction component. So you've got a row of scarifiers there that, remember, you can drop to about 4 inches deep, which is crucial because if you're going to put that soil back to turf, back to lawn, you want to get a nice deep 3 to 4 inch rip with those scarifiers so that you've got that ideal root bed. So again, steps, push that finish rake forward, level things out on a kind of a rough grade scenario following the contour of your ground that you want. Decompact those scarifiers. That level blade is in play as you're ripping up with those scarifiers so you can level things out, getting that level surface that you want. And then that finish rake is right there as well to smooth out all the clods and to smooth out, give you a nice finish. That way, once you throw the seed down and your grass starts to grow, it's like the tree was never there. So Mini SR, fantastic application in small contexts. If your yard size is such that you can't really get a big skid steer, get a big tractor back there, the Mini SR is perfect for it. Third question, last question of the day. This Tier 3 rake looks more like a finish tool, not a prep tool. You're practically raking out a sandbox. Let's see it in some real world conditions where it has to deal with rocks, roots, and maybe some different soil types. Totally fair comment. Depending on which of our videos you watch, you can see our tools used in lots of applications. And because we specialize in multi-function attachments, we'd like to provide you solutions that work all over your property, not just in one specific application. The TR3 being a great example of that. The TR3 has been used in arenas, equine arenas, for decades now. It's actually trusted by some major facilities across the country, as well as some top performers. But the TR3 actually had its roots, and the founder of ABI Attachments started out in the contractor and landscape and lawn prep space. So I'm going to let the B-roll speak for itself on this one. Doug, run that tape. That's all I've got today, everyone. I love fielding these kind of questions. Leave your own questions about your own application. Maybe you've got something going on in your property. You've got a summer project that you're trying to tackle and you're curious to see if any attachment made by ABI Attachments could be helpful. Drop your questions in the comments below. Leave them online. We would love to hear from you. And until next time, take care.